6 months. That's how long it took for Sarah's life to fall apart. Or that's what it looked like from the outside. If you heard the first story, you know what happened that night at 3:47 a.m. How she started writing again, how she felt alive for the first time in 12 years. What I didn't tell you was what came next, because nobody talks about what happens after you wake up. And if you're in your own awakening right now, you need to hear this. The first 2 weeks were euphoric. She'd come home, make tea, open her laptop, and write. 3 nights became 5, then every night. She wasn't writing anything important, just thoughts, stories, fragments, but it felt right, like breathing after holding her breath for years. You know that feeling when something clicks? When you finally do the thing you've been avoiding and think, this is it? That's when the problems started. Her friends noticed first. You're different, they said, not as a compliment, as a concern. She started saying no to Friday drinks, Netflix binges, empty conversations. She didn't have time anymore because she'd found something that mattered more. Her boyfriend didn't understand. You're not going to be a writer. You have a real career. She looked at him and realized he loved the version of her that didn't ask questions, the version that was fine. That's the thing nobody tells you. The people who loved you asleep don't always want you awake. 3 months in, she had a panic attack at work, not because the job was hard, but because she could see her whole future, 10 more years of pretending, 10 more years of becoming someone she didn't recognize. That night, she almost quit writing, but then she opened her drafts folder. On page 47, she found a paragraph she didn't remember writing. The hardest part isn't choosing to change, it's surviving the in-between, when you're no longer who you were, but not yet who you're becoming. She'd written it for herself, for this exact moment. Because waking up isn't a moment, it's a process. And the middle part? It's brutal. Sarah didn't quit her job. She didn't leave dramatically, but she made small, real changes. She went to bed at 10 p.m., not because she was tired, but because that's when she wrote. She stopped explaining herself. She created boundaries, not to be difficult, but to protect what made her feel alive. And 6 months later, something happened. She got an email from a stranger. Your words saved my life. I was about to give up. Thank you. Sarah read it 3 times. Then she cried, not from sadness, but from understanding. The reason she'd been miserable for 12 years wasn't because she'd stopped writing, it's because she'd stopped mattering. She'd been fine, safe, appropriate, but never necessary. Now, reading that email, she understood. It wasn't about writing, it was about living a life that would matter, even to one person. So if you're listening to this before you sleep, if you've just realized your life isn't yours, here's the truth. It's going to be hard. People will question you. You'll question yourself. But the version of you that stays asleep, that version is dying slowly. Every day you ignore that 3 a.m. truth is a day you trade being alive for being fine. Ask yourself, would you rather live an easy life you don't recognize or a hard one that's actually yours? Sarah still writes. She still has her job, for now. But she's different, not because everything changed overnight, but because she stopped pretending. And 6 months later, she replied to that stranger, "Thank you. You reminded me why I'm doing this. Not for fame, not for money, but because we all need proof that waking up is worth it. Keep going." Then she closed her laptop, made tea, and started writing again. If you're listening tonight wondering if your 3 a.m. realization is real, it is, and it's not going away. You don't need to know the whole path. Just take one step. Write one sentence. Protect 1 hour. Because 6 months from now, you'll either be grateful you started or regret that you didn't. Tomorrow, the world will look the same, but you might feel different. And sometimes, that's where everything begins. Good night, and thank you for listening. Before you sleep.